everyone, and welcome to another Sweat with Sam Saturday workout. Today's workout is all about upper body strength. So we are going to work on slow and controlled movements, really focusing on getting those muscles working hard with some little burnout exercises. That might seem simple, but trust me on this one, they're going to hurt. We're going to start off, as always, with a little warm-up, and then we'll get into the main workout. You don't need any equipment. Again, just highly recommend having a mat. There's no cardio in today's workout. It's all strength-based exercises, so no jumping around either. So when you're ready, we're just going to start off by starting to loosen up those arms. So just swinging those arms across your chest, alternating which arm comes on top every time. Just starting to loosen them out. Awesome. And then we're going to go into some shoulder rolls. So just rolling those shoulders backwards, trying to get those shoulders right up towards your ears, and then forwards, rolling those shoulders forwards. Awesome. And then those elbows out to the side. We're going to twist around and reach behind us every time. I wonder if there'll be a week where I don't hit the wall doing this exercise. Twisting around, rotating that body as much as you can, keeping those feet still. Good. And then we're going to go into my favorite exercise, our around the world. So feet nice and wide, big reach up, and then you're just drawing a circle all the way around one way, back up to the top, and then the same thing around the other way. Every time you go around, I just want you to try and make that circle a little bit bigger. Should feel it loosening up in your back, stretching in those hamstrings. Awesome. Last one. Beautiful. All right, we're going to take it for some walkouts. So you're going to start from standing up. For our warm-up purposes, you're going to roll down through that spine. You're going to walk up those hands out into your plank and then drop your hips down into your cobra. Give it a little wiggle at the bottom, and then we're going to bring it back up. Again, as you stand up, I want you to try and roll up through that spine, bring it back up to standing, and again, all the way down. Taking it out. We have got some walkouts later on in the workout where we won't be rolling through our spine, but just for the warm-up, it's nice to get that spine nice and warm. Good. You can do one more down to that cobra, and then we're going to stay down on our hands and knees, and we're going to warm up those wrists. All right, so when you're ready, onto your hands and knees, fingers are facing forwards, and then you're just rocking that body weight backwards and forwards over those hands, right over into those fingers, trying to keep those palms nice and flat on the floor. And then we're going to rotate those hands, fingers facing out to the side and rocking side to side. Beautiful. And then if you can, you turn your fingers all the way around towards your knees. And again, you're trying to get those palms nice and flat on the floor. So it might feel a bit uncomfortable. So just be nice and gentle with it. Beautiful. And then we're going to take it up into a downward dog. Stretch out those shoulders. So you're pushing that chest towards those legs. You'll feel it stretching in those hamstrings as well. You can pedal out those heels if that feels nice for you. But really focus on pushing that chest in towards your legs. Good. And then we're just going to do a couple of kneeling rotations here. So on your hands and knees, I want you to drop one shoulder down towards the floor and then twist up to the ceiling. We're just going to do 3 on each side. Just try and get as much rotation in that body as you can. Once you've done 3 on one side, just change over to the other side. Exactly the same thing. Dropping that chest, that shoulder down, and then getting that rotation. You'll feel one side's a bit tighter than the other. Very normal. Just try and stretch it out as much as you possibly can. Awesome. And then let's walk it back in, rolling up through that spine. One more time, all the way up to standing. Awesome. Hopefully you feel nice and warm. If there's any extra stretches you want to do while I explain the workout, please feel free. So for today's workout, we've got 3 exercises in each round. We're going to do each one for 30 seconds each with 10 to 15 second rest in between. We're going to repeat the round 3 times through before we move on to another one. Okay. All going to be working on our upper body, a little bit on core today, but those legs should be feeling okay. So the first exercise we're going to do, I said to you already, we're going to do a walkout, but different to what we did in the warm-up. I want you to keep your back nice and flat. Bend in those knees, hinge in your hips, keeping that core engaged. You're going to walk out, if you can, all the way to a dead man, which is where those arms come all the way out in front of us. And then you push it back up, all the way up to standing up tall. Take your time with this one. Try and keep the pace consistent, all the way out, all the way in. Regression option is using your knees if you need it, okay? We're going to start there for 30 seconds, and then I'll explain the other exercises as we go. All right? Are we ready, team? We go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So keeping that core nice and tight. Reach that plank, push down all the way up to that dead man. and then bring it back in and come up to standing. If you want to roll through that spine as you come up and down rather than pressing up, that is absolutely fine. And if you want to take out that press up option and just take it into your plank, you can also do that. So walking it out if you want to stop in that plank and then just come straight back in. Keep that back nice and flat. Good. For the last 3, 2, 1, and resting. All right, next exercise is the tricep dip. So if your tricep dip fingers are facing towards your toes, if you can do it with your bum up, but make sure those elbows are bending. Regression option, that bum is down. You can do it with your hands on a box if you want to. Okay, are we ready? 30 seconds here. Going in, 3, 2, 1. Hips up. Let's dip it out. Let's go. Nice deep breaths. Bending those arms as much as you can. Awesome. If you need to, bum goes down and we dip it here. Really make sure you're bending and straightening in those arms, especially if your hips are up. Try not to do a hip movement, okay? It's all in those elbows. Bending and straightening. 3, 2, 1. All right, I want everyone to come up onto their feet. We're going to do a little burnout exercise now, which might seem simple, but as we come to the end of the rounds, it's going to be horrible. Arms are out, and we're just going to do little circles forwards. Are you ready? Let's go. So 30 seconds here. Just tiny little movements. Try and keep those arms strong. Try not to let them be floppy. Super strong arms. Think about knees slightly bent, engaging your core. Just concentrating on that breathing for this exercise. Again, seems simple, but you should start to feel it burning in those shoulders. If you do the movement with intention, those muscles will switch on. I'm starting to sweat already. Good. For the last 3, 2, 1, and resting. Good. Shake it out. Okay, we're going to do all of those 3 exercises again. So we're going back to that walkout with that dead man. Exactly the same. You know these 3 exercises now. So try and push yourself to get as many in that 30 seconds as you can. All right, we're going in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So remember here, if you can, lower to the floor, out to that dead man, bring it back in. Big push up all the way to standing. You can also, if you can't do that push up, you can roll it down using your knees out to that dead man and rolling back up using those knees. Really good, guys. That's over halfway. Keep that core tight as you push, as you stand up. And one more for the last 3, 2, 1, and resting. Good. All right, taking it back down to the floor. We're going again for those tricep dips. So making sure those fingers are facing towards your toes, bending and straightening in those elbows as much as you can. All right, we go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So hips up if you can, and then bend and straighten in those elbows. If it is too much with that bum up, take your bum down and just make sure you're leaning into those arms. If you've got a box or a surface that you can do it on, feel free to do it on there too. That extra bit of movement. 10 more seconds. You got it, guys. Well done. You are resting in 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. All right, we come back up to our feet. We're going to go again with these arm circles. This time, let's take them backwards. So little backwards arm circles. Are you ready? We go in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. So exactly the same, but those arms are going backwards this time. Again, keeping that core tight. Nice deep breaths. Really good. Hopefully you're starting to feel it working in those arms now, if you didn't already. Don't always need weights to work that upper body. Good. For the last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and resting. Beautiful. Shake it out. Okay, we're doing that round one final time. This time I'm going to reduce the amount of time that you get to rest in between each one. Okay, so we're going to go just a 5-second rest. So we're going to go straight from those walkouts, straight to those dips, straight to that burnout. Okay, are we ready? Final time all these exercises. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. So walking it out into that dead man. 30 seconds of work. Nice big stand up tall at the top of that dead man too, at that top of that walkout, and laying nice and flat in that dead man. Good. Can you do 2 more? Come on, team. Let's go. You got it. We're taking it into those tricep dips in 5, 3, 2, 1. All right, you got 5 seconds. Flip it over. Fingers towards your toes. As soon as you're ready, Let's go for it. So hips up, even if you can just do a couple of reps there to start with. If it gets too much, drop that bum down. Take it into those dips. Just making sure you're bending and straightening in those arms. Even if it's a small amount of movement, that's fine. Leaning into those arms. You got it. Woo! 10 more seconds. Keep pushing. Good. We're up on our feet in 3, 2, 1. All right. Bring it out. Bring it out. Bring it up. We're going to go back to those forward circles. Let's go. Tiny little movements. We're going to do 15 seconds forwards and then 15 seconds backwards. Final time here. Then you get a whole minute to rest before we move on to round 2. Let's go. Let's go. All right. And backwards in 3, 2, 1. Let's go backwards. You got it. Remember what I said about bracing that core? Let's engage as many muscles as we can. Nice deep breaths. Good. For the last 3, 2, 1. And resting. Beautiful work, guys. Well done. Right. Shaking out those arms. So you get a rest. If you want to grab a drink, please do. Just grab a little drink. Don't drink too much or you'll feel it around in your belly. Awesome. All right. Now you know how it works. We're going to switch up those exercises. So exercise number 1 for this next round is an IW Cobra. So you're going to lay on your belly. You're going to lift that chest up if you can. We're going to go for an I, a W shape. Then your hands go down under your shoulders. You're going to push up into your Cobra, lower back down, straight out to that I. W in, into that Cobra. Okay. If it's too much laying down on the floor, you're just going to do your ITW movements up on your knees or standing up. Okay. Entirely up to you. Right. Are we ready? 30 seconds for that movement in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So I, W, hands down, push up into that Cobra. Now, when you do that Cobra push up, I want you to really try and think about pointing those elbows up to the ceiling and gluing them in towards your body and then lowering down nice and slowly. You're trying to keep that chest up as much as you can. If you struggle with that chest up, you can put your head down, but try and keep those hands off the floor for those movements. IW Cobra. Good. For the last 3, 2, 1, and resting. Good. All right. We're going to take it to some high plank toe tap. So you're going to find your high plank position here. And then we're just alternating, tapping those toes. If you can, I want you to try press up after 1 toe tap on each side. Okay. If the press up is too much, just stick to those toe taps. Are you ready? Let's go. So 30 seconds, toe tap. And if you can, that press up. We're trying to keep that bum up nice and high. These press ups up here are quite hard. So don't worry about getting your head all the way down to the floor. You're just trying to bend and straighten. Nice deep breaths. You got it, team. 30 seconds here, then you get that rest. In 5, 3, 2, 1. And resting. Beautiful work. Okay, bringing it up. Shaking up those arms. All right, we're going for a arm to ceiling pull down. Arm to ceiling? That is not the words I'm looking for. Ceiling pull downs. I'm going to do it on my knees so you can see me a bit better, but you can do it standing up. Here. When you're ready, join me. 30 seconds. So you're trying to push those shoulder blades together, push those elbows backwards a little bit. Imagining you're trying to get those elbows to touch as you come down. So you're really trying to pull down, squeeze those muscles in your back, keep those palms nice and flat. Awesome. For the last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and resting. Wow, that was a tough round. All right, shaking out those arms. We're going to do all of those exercises again, okay? So that first time is you getting used to them. The second time is us really going for it. So we're going to go back to that IW Cobra press, all right? Again, 30 seconds of each exercise, so take your time with it. Nice deep breaths. Laying down on your belly. We go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So that I, W, and then hands under your shoulders, pressing up into that Cobra. You should really feel that working in your triceps and those muscles in your back, pushing up into that Cobra. Slow and control. Remember, use your head on the floor if you need to. I, W, and then that Cobra. Beautiful. Last 10 seconds here. Keep squeezing those shoulder blades together. Awesome. 3, 2, 1. and resting. Good. All right. If you enjoyed that first part of that workout, then there is more where that came from. You can come and join my group workout program where I upload 4 of those workouts every single week. We do live workouts. We've got an awesome community. You can join our WhatsApp group with our monthly challenges. It's all amazing stuff to keep you accountable, keep you motivated and moving, all from the comfort of your own home. You don't need to go anywhere. You can just turn it on and get it done. There is currently a 7-day free trial on my app. Totally no strings attached. You can cancel at any point. So give it a go for 7 days. Come and join us. And hopefully I'll see you on a workout there very, very soon. Goodbye.